In the event that we are to trust the Russian researcher Nikolai Kardashev, there are endless civilizations in the universe that are undeniably more advanced than we are. Researchers have recently found 7 stars that give indications of the impact of such very advanced extraterrestrial civilizations. It's conceivable that creatures we can barely imagine have assembled power plants around these stars, and we are seeing the outsiders draining the energy out of the stars. It sounds extraordinary. 7 star systems in our nearby galactic neighborhood could be inhabited by beings so intelligent that they can tap directly into the power of the universe. While we are pondering saving our planet and finding new energy sources, creatures of this type are simply building power plants in the universe. They tap the radiance of whole star systems, or even galaxies. And some of these entities are even said to have direct access to the energy grid of the universe. The search for extraterrestrial life is now going full speed ahead. The James Webb Space Telescope is looking for traces of life on a huge number of exoplanets. If we succeed in confirming extraterrestrial activity, it would surely be the most monumental discovery of mankind. James Webb examines the area of exoplanets and looks for evidence of artificial light sources and biosignatures, such as the presence of water. Some fascinating contenders for the confirmation of extraterrestrial life have already been found, but we are still waiting for the final confirmation. In the meantime, other specialists have declared something extraordinary. They have officially recognized 7 stars that give indications of the impact of a very high-level civilization. These beings are supposed to be so advanced on the Kardashev scale that they might be co-creators of the universe. What exactly does this Kardashev scale reveal? Would you have believed that we have had a scale categorizing aliens according to their potential intelligence since the 1960s? Up to the present day, many researchers and NASA are reluctant to even come close to admitting that aliens exist in space, but we have had a scientifically based classification of these extraterrestrial civilizations since 1964. The scale was not created by a standard analyst or just anyone. The idea of categorizing extraterrestrial civilizations based on their ability to use energy goes back to one of Russia's most famous scientists, Nikolai Kardashev, a recognized astrophysicist and the first director of the Astrospace Center of the Russian Academy of Sciences in Moscow. For Kardashev, the existence of other life forms in the universe was an unproven belief. The size of the universe and the presence of countless stars and planets alone spoke volumes for the existence of aliens. Kardashev was not a fantasist or a man of utopias. The researcher based his ideas on the principles of measurements, logic, and a visionary worldview. He understood that intelligent life evolves in direct proportion to its ability to acquire and use energy. The more advanced a civilization becomes, the more energy it needs. At the same time, the development of a species' mental and social abilities opens up more opportunities for energy generation. At the top of the scale, we have beings that have spiritualized themselves into pure energy. These life forms are even thought to be able to alter and use the very fabric of the universe itself. These life forms will surely no longer build power plants, but will fulfill their energy needs by controlling physics itself. Type 1 civilizations are already able to use all the energy of their home planet. In doing so, they can serve their planet and live in harmony with one another as societies. Type 2 beings have evolved beyond their planet and are now using all the energy of their star through developments like Dyson spheres. They redirect the energy potential of their star directly into their world. This should provide these life forms with boundless energy. But there is more. Type 3 civilizations are spreading throughout the universe. They utilize the energy of other stars, and may even use the energy of an entire galaxy. You can already imagine where we are right now, the current status of mankind. It is a Type 0 civilization that is slowly moving toward Type 1. Although we know a lot about the universe, our research methods are still limited. We have many theories and few clues. On top of that, we still use fossil fuels, build thermal power stations, and pollute our planet. As societies among themselves, we are just barely beginning to make peace. The progress to Type 1 is a huge step that we could take in the next 300 years. 7 stars give indications of technosignatures and Dyson spheres. We are fortunate that, despite our backwardness on the Kardashev scale, we still have some exceptional scientists who are continually developing our advances. Now, a global team of experts has developed a method to identify technosignatures of Dyson spheres. The Hephaestos project utilized data from cosmic surveys to examine endless stars. The data from the Gaia, TESS, and other astronomical sky catalogs gave remarkable results. Some stars show such abnormal changes in their environment that the evidence is enough to conclude that Dyson spheres are present. These spheres are a type of power plant built by aliens around stars. Despite the evidence, however, some challenges remain. The solid identification of Dyson spheres is difficult. Essentially, scientists look for dimming of stars or phenomena like unusual flickering. The potential power plants may obscure stars partially or entirely. If we had definitely identified a Dyson sphere, we would hypothetically have a direct line to a highly intelligent extraterrestrial species. However, the question arises as to whether we could ever be able to contact these beings. But knowing that there are other highly advanced species could greatly propel our own development. We would know that Kardashev was right, and we would understand what extraordinary phenomena are possible in the universe. The catch is that the unnatural dimming of stars observed so far can also be explained by natural objects, like circumstellar dust rings. Clouds that emit excess infrared radiation can also cause occasional dimming. These 7 stars might be altered by such phenomena. Outsider specialists have published a list of 7 stars that show prominent features and are considered potential candidates for Dyson circles. Tapy star, for quite a while Tabby star, otherwise known as KIC 8462852, was at the top of the list. This F-type main sequence star in the constellation Cygnus is about 1,470 light-years from Earth and showed unusual brightness variations. The variations were first identified by the Kepler Space Telescope. The deviations depended on 22% of the values considered normal or typical, leading to various theories. These included unique kinds of Dyson circles, but also natural explanations, such as dust clouds or comet swarms. Epic 2042789116 is a young star in the constellation Scorpius, located around 400 light-years from us. This star is around the cosmic corner. It was disturbing for scientists when this star showed sporadic darkening of up to 65%. Long-term observations should provide evidence of technosignatures. Despite our best telescopes, it was not possible to officially confirm the presence of a Dyson circle in the case of Epic 2042789116. Also, the dimming could be caused by large dust clouds or planetary debris. VVV-DWIT-D08 is another contender that showed dramatic dimming a bit further away in the star cluster Sagittarius, around 25,000 light-years from us. The star's light diminished by up to 97% within a short time. Strictly speaking, the cause of the dimming is also unclear here. There have been studies suggesting it could be a candidate for a Dyson circle, but this has not been proven either. To be sure, we would need to see the alien power plant or find clear evidence for alternative explanations. Until then, we can only discuss it as a hypothesis. And scientists must also consider a massive dust cloud or an unknown object as the cause for the dimming. Let's investigate TYC 824126521. This star in the constellation Centaurus is about 370 light-years away, and thus a bit closer to us. It shows intermittent dimming, which for years pointed to a potential planetary debris cloud. However, the presence of a massive dust disk has never been definitively proven, which is why the possibility of a Dyson circle remains uncertain here as well. HD 139139 is a Sun-like star in the constellation Libra, and is at a distance of around 350 light-years, also relatively close by. The unpredictable dimming of the star has not yet been explained. Various hypotheses have been proposed to explain the dimming, including planetary debris or a Dyson circle. For different types of Dyson circles have been proposed. Dyson circles are theoretical megastructures initially conceived by physicist Freeman Dyson. Dyson scaled up the concept and created different models of what such alien power plants could look like. The modified models have all been demonstrated by computation, and in theory, they could truly exist. Even we humans can understand this with our humble techniques. Of course, it remains an open question as to which possibilities and advances are actually used by such advanced civilizations. Most likely, the real possibilities far exceed the current state of our science. Let's take a look at the Dyson swarm first. The most well-known model of Dyson consists of endless satellites, or mirrors, circling the star in a complex formation. Each satellite captures the light and transmits the energy to the surface of the planet. A swarm is more flexible than a fixed shell and can easily be expanded with extra modules. In reality, Dyson swarms could consist of billions of smaller objects, which would make them accessible to Type 2 human civilizations on the Kardashev scale. The Dyson shell is a continuous circle around the star, and therefore, theoretically, a closed body. The shell would capture all radiation and could consequently utilize practically all of the star's energy. However, this structure would require enormous amounts of material and complex adjustments, making it incredibly challenging from a technical standpoint. The shell would also need to provide a method for dispersing excess energy and keep the structure in balance. Such developments would most likely require the knowledge of an advanced Type 2 species. The Dyson bubble is another astonishing model, in which static solar cells or mirrors are held in stable orbits around the star by radiation pressure. Since the individual components don't orbit the star, but are held in place by radiation, a Dyson bubble could surround the star flexibly and in a material-efficient way. Computational models have shown that such a bubble would also have a lower energy usage rate than a solid structure. Nevertheless, a simple form of such a bubble would currently be a salvation for our planet and would solve our energy issues, at least for the moment. However, concepts like these remain pure scientific hypotheses. In practical terms, we are far from being able to build anything close to such structures around our star. Click the subscribe button now and stay tuned for every new video